In this video, we're going to learn about working with arrays in ClickHouse. So before we start, if you're doing anything with arrays in ClickHouse, you want to bookmark the array functions documentation page, and we'll include a link to that page in the description below. We're going to be working with a dataset of weather measurements that I've got on my machine. So let's just quickly describe that table. And you can see we've got a timestamp, we've got a temperature, weather condition, wind speed, humidity, and location. Let's just write a query to see what the data looks like. So you can see here we've got for Aberystwyth the weather conditions at midnight on the 1st of January 2022. It was 14 degrees, it was cool, there was a little bit of wind, and it was about almost 80% humidity. Let's now have a look at grouping the conditions for a particular day. So we'll get the location, then for a particular day, and we'll see how many recordings are we getting on each day. And then we're going to use the array slice function. So that's to just select a certain number of values from an array. So in this case, the array is going to be of temperatures. So we're going to use the group array function. Now what that does is that takes rows of temperatures and then puts them all together into a list. And we're going to start from index 1. So remember, arrays in ClickHouse are one index, and we're going to get 10 values. And then we'll group by the location of the day and we'll get 15 back. And so you can see these are the for particular locations on a particular day, how many recordings did we get? So it varies quite a lot. So sometimes we've got like 1 an hour, sometimes there's 2 an hour, sometimes there's less. And then you can see all the different temperatures captured in the final column. Let's now delete the slice and the count, and we're going to use the array max function, passing in again that group array of the temperatures. To get the maximum temperature, we'll use the array min function to do the same to get the minimum temperature on a day, and then we're going to compute the difference between the max and the min, and then we're going to order by the biggest diff in a day. Now I know we can do the same thing using the min and max functions on their own, but it's kind of useful sometimes to know multiple ways to do the same thing. And if we run that query, you can see we get back York in July 2022 had a difference of 25 degrees in a single day. Cambridge and London with 22 degrees. So that was a very, very hot day. So let's look into that a bit further. So we're going to delete the min, the max, and the diff, and then we're going to introduce the array filter function. So this is for filtering, kind of a where clause on your arrays. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try and find where was the temperature greater than or equal to 38 degrees. And then again, we're going to pass in the group array temperature. So remember that array of temperatures. And then we'll delete the order by, and we're going to add in a having length. So we're going to filter to make sure that we've got days where there was a temperature bigger than 38, and we'll order by whoever had the most entries greater than or equal to 38. And if we run that query, you can see it was London. And remember, this was a really, really hot day, and I assumed it was kind of like this all over the country, but it seems like London maybe had the most consistently hot day at the 19th of July 2022. So that's enough looking at the temperatures. Let's now take a look at that weather description column. So we're going to delete back to the select, and then we're going to use the array join function on the weather condition. Now, the array join is the opposite of group array. So what it does is it takes an array and explodes it out into rows. So if we had 2 items in an array, then we're now going to get 2 rows. And so weather conditions is an array, and so we're going to kind of just explode that out so we can see what are the weather conditions in the UK. And if we fill in the rest of the query to count, so we'll count how many there are, and then we'll group by that and order by the highest count, and we'll get 10 of the weather conditions. And so you can see this comes back. It's almost like this is trolling me, to be honest. This is a pretty good meme of the weather conditions in the UK. So it's passing clouds, it's overcast, and it might be slightly sunny, but then we've got scattered clouds as well. Let's delete the limit, and we're going to go and filter this so I can show you the types of rain that we have in the UK. So we're going to add in a couple of where clauses. So we're going to say I want to match the weather condition, find me where it's rain, shower, drizzle, or storm, but we're going to also filter out to make sure that we don't have any snowstorms, sandstorms, or dust storms. And you can see it comes back. So this is pretty good. So we've got light rain, we've got drizzle, we've got scattered showers, we've got rain, we've got heavy rain, rain showers, light freezing rain. We've got a lot of different types of rain in the UK. Let's now zoom in on those weather conditions for a particular location on a particular day, the same as what we did with the temperatures. And you can see it comes back. So these are all in 1st of January 2022. So we've got Aberystwyth was cool, Blackpool and Londonderry had passing clouds, and then you've got a few other ones as well. Let's just add in an order by clause so that we can see what's the most number of weather conditions they capture on a single entry. And so what we can see from the results is there are 2. So you can sometimes have, so we've got quite a few at the top where it was light rain and broken clouds. And then if we look down, we've got light rain and scattered clouds, and then some other variations as well. Let's delete back to the to date. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the group array function that we used earlier on the weather condition. So what it's going to do is it's going to take all those arrays and it's going to collect them into one big array of arrays so that we can operate on that. And so you can see it comes back. So the all weather field has lots of arrays of arrays. Now, that's probably not that easy to work with. So what we can do is we want to get it back down to a single array. And so we can use the array flatten function to do that. And so you can see if we look at the results now, you can see we've got a nice flattened weather column that has all the different conditions that we have for a particular day in a particular location. Now what we might do next is we might say, actually I want to kind of there's a lot of duplicates in there. And so there are ways of getting rid of the duplicates. So one way is we can use the array compact function. And so what that does is it gets rid of any consecutive duplicates. So if we had like sunny, 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 it's going to be just sunny. And then another one is array distinct. And so what that one will do is it will get rid of any duplicates anywhere. They don't have to be consecutive. So if you had sunny, rainy, sunny, rainy, sunny, we'll just get sunny and rainy coming back. So let's run that query and see what we get. And if we scroll up, we can compare the flattened and compact results. So if you look on the top of the flattened one, you can see it's got a couple of passing clouds in there. But then if we look down at compact, it's just got it one time. And then if you look on that second row, we got mild, 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 mild. And that becomes a single mild. And then for the distinct, it's way, way smaller than the other two. And that's because it's as if we've put the values into a set and it's only given us back the unique conditions for that location for that day. So by my count, we've covered 8 different array functions in this video, but there are way more of them. So take a look at the documentation, which again is going to be in the description. And if you liked this video, you might also like this other one up here about dynamic column selection in ClickHouse.